swear, I just rewatched this the other day when I was doing a channel flip. Who can forget Stanford and Anthony's epic wedding in Sex and the City 2? No detail was too small, and the couple certainly didn't spare any expense. Robert E. Blackman is a writer, entertainment correspondent, and the author of The Gay Groom's Guide to Planning Your Wedding, and he's here to give us the secrets to attaining that big screen-worthy wedding without losing your mind. Well, you need to tell me because I've been through one of them, and
you can't have a wedding without losing your mind, right?
Well, it can be a bit daunting, but we do our best to lay everything out in advance so that you can actually enjoy your day. That's the whole idea behind the book.
It's all in the planning, is it?
It is all in the planning.
So what's the difference between planning a gay wedding and a straight wedding?
So a wedding is a wedding, except the dynamic shift when you have same-sex couples. It's usually not a big deal if your Aunt Gertrude and your Uncle Fred sit next to each other. But if you have a different dynamic where the couples are of the same sex, things can get dicey because of the dynamic of the people.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you make all the implements perfect so that you can relax and your guests can relax. Because sometimes we may not have our biological family a part of the celebration. So you just want to make sure that the things that you do set the perfect tone.
Okay. And now, who gets to be sort of in charge of calling the shots? I know, you know, when I got married, everybody goes, it's what the bride wants. You defer to the bride. Just give her whatever.
So the answer to that is, the great part about this is it helps you build the foundation to your relationship because you have to do a 50-50.
Right.
If I, for instance, when we planned our wedding, my husband and I thought, okay, I was just going to do it. And he was like, fine. And then I started implementing these things, and then he was like, wait a minute. I want to do this. And I said, well, fine. If you want to do this, then you come on board with me. So in the book, there are lots of these note sheets so that you can actually plan and write these things down. So half of the sheet, that's him. Half of, it was such a great day. It was a wonderful day. Both of our families were there. So there's half the sheet. You write your things down, the other person writes their things down, and then you sort of do a process of elimination. And that way, you start a foundation from ground one, and then it's great from the beginning.
Yeah. As an expert, Robert, and somebody who deals with weddings all the time, is there something unexpected in your wedding that you found and you went, oh, wow?
So the thing about the book and about my wedding is that I honestly didn't trust my wedding to anybody else because I knew what I wanted it to be.
Sure.
The only thing that was out of our control was the weather. We were adamant about getting married on our front porch because we had just built our home, and so this was sort of like the threshold to our new life and our family. And it was May. You know, it's a long weekend in May, who knows? And so a lot of our family relatives are older, and so we had a plan B. As I always say, have a plan B.
Yes.
But our plan B was to be in the inside. And so my poor relatives, every few minutes, someone was checking the weather. Okay, it's clear. So everyone would shuffle outside. And then it would start sprinkling, and then it shuffled back in. So that was the only thing, but it actually made for great conversation during the reception.
But I love the symbolism of that as well on the front porch here. And is that a real key to weddings?
I think the key to anybody's wedding, whether you're getting married in a park, at your home, in a place of worship, you have to do something that means something that is symbolic to the two of you. Because weddings, sort of, no pun intended, chapter and verse are about the bride, the rice, and the flowers usually. But you want something at the end of your celebration to be memorable. And that's why in the book, you write these things down, and then it becomes sort of like a diary later.
Exactly.
So that you can refer back to it.
I can't let you go without asking how you came to know Elton John.
So, working in Hollywood, you sort of know people who know people who know people.
Sure.
And we were at his Oscar party this year, and my husband Martin went to Queens, and David Furnish, Elton's husband, went, and Mike Myers, and so a group of them were actually there chatting, and I thought, wow, this is so strange that Hollywood and Eastern Canada would meet. So
and check it out here. You were out glamming EJ, my man.
Actually, that's actually from a collection of jackets that I designed, and he was like, "Oh, let me see, please. I need a picture." So it was great.
Amazing. Well, the book is called The Gay Groom's Guide to Planning Your Perfect Wedding Without Losing Your Mind. Robert E. Blackman, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
And happy planning.
Yes, indeed. Coming up next, Inspire.